This year was a hell of a year. And it's only May. I'm in June. It's only June, and this year has been a hell of a year. Why I say this is because I've been through so much in these 6 months. I have let people mistreat me, treat me the way I did not deserve it. It's just been so wrong. Hold on, let me get my charger. I've been treated the way I did not want to be treated in this life. And I feel like I'm always mad and sad, and y'all just see me as that. But I'm just voicing the truth, you know? I'm not just saying it just to say it. I'm saying it because I deal with it. You know what I mean? If you don't voice yourself out in this world, then you just gonna keep that shit inside and stay miserable, you know what I mean? What's need to be said needs to be said. And that's all I'm saying, you feel me? Last video I put on here, I was emotional as fuck. I was crying, but I was still voicing myself. You know what I mean? I was voicing it out to let y'all know about what I was going through. And it's all real. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to let y'all know that I'm still being fucked over every single day. And I'm still surviving. You know? Sometimes you gotta keep it real. You can't sugarcoat nothing. Cause life is life. And not everybody's gonna be happy 24/7. And that's what they that's what they show y'all on like the gram or Twitter or anything. They tell y'all that they're having a great life and like that, but when it goes down, they're nowhere to be found, right? So it's like, instead of masking what you're going through, you should speak out about it, because everyone needs to hear that side of the story. And that's why everybody up, because nobody wants to tell you about the dark side of things. So yeah, this is a story time. I really want to really talk to you about it, because this shit was harsh, and this wasn't something that I kind of saw it coming. When I see it coming, I see it, because I'm an empath. I feel all types of energy. It's like a stimulation, and it goes through my mind, and then it goes through my head, and then it's like I can see the future, And it's crazy because everything that I have said, whether it's negative or positive, has happened, And I don't know if it's called the power of manifestation. Manifestation can be positive and negative. It's not always positive. You can think bad about the shit that's gonna happen, and it actually happen. So that's why I try to be careful about what I say or what I think about. And that's the thing, Sometimes you gotta manifest positive things, and sometimes you gotta manifest negative things, because not everything's gonna be sparkly as you want it to be. As much as you want things to be sparkly, there are dark sides to it, and that's just how life goes. But that's not how life needs to go. You know what I mean? See, the thing about me, I try to keep my head up as much as possible. But when shit goes left, I turn my head down. I really do. Yeah, I'm really sensitive about a lot of shit that goes on in the life. I mean, because we already live in a world. And it's like, you know? So, I'm still trying to figure out how to start this shit off. Because I know a lot of people are going to find it offensive and... But, you know, I really don't give a f***. I'm going to just start from here. Let me just start from the past. Okay, back in, I shall say back in 2019, my life was crazy. I had all types of people around me. And I was able to go into the club for free when I was 20. Like, there was so much privilege for me during 2019 because of the people I hang around. And I always went alone, so I didn't have to be in groups and shit. So whatever happens with the group that I went with, it just like, boom, you know? So shit was really nice back in 2019. Until I found out that it was all an illusion. And the people were temporary, you know? And it really sucks how, you know, how things can be temporary and people can be temporary. But at the same time, you gotta accept the fact that not everything gonna stay and last forever. You know, life is not forever. So, you gotta enjoy the moment. Anyways, 2019, it was fun. But the beginning of 2019, I started working at a restaurant. I randomly went in the market because I thought it was so pretty. And I was like, oh, I've never seen this before, you know? And then I went in because they were like, come in, you know? And I said, okay, cool. At the time, I wasn't working on nothing. I had all types of privileges, living with my mom, you know, all types of So I wasn't working on nothing. So I got to go out almost every night, which is not really good. But I got to go out like every night, explore a lot of different shit in the world. You know, little young teen shit that I was doing. Anyways, I went into the restaurant. It was so pretty. Like, when I tell you, it was so pretty. It was like, so it was South American cuisine, South American cuisine, and it had like them little Mexican hats and like Guatemalan designs and just everything, bro. I don't remember exactly what was there because I don't have good experience being there, but it was real pretty, bro. Like, everything was so pretty, and like the liquors, I don't even like talking about liquors, but them liquor bottles and stuff were like lined up so perfect. I used to always take pictures and like post them on Instagram and stuff. Like, anyways, like, you know, there were a couple of people that were working there, you know, like the kitchen and the bartending. You know, you have to be 21 to bartend, so, you know, that wasn't my part. But yeah, anyways, I was like, wow, this place is really nice. It's so pretty, you know. I told a lady that was working there, and then she was like, thank you. And then she was saying that her husband built all everything and designed everything, and I guess they pretty much put everything together in order for the shop to look nice and, you know, welcoming. And it really was. It was pretty, and she was welcoming. Well, they're very friendly, and it was a good, it was a good place. Yeah, we talked for a little bit, and then I was like, "Are you guys hiring?" And then she was like, "Yeah, we're hiring." At first, I was like, maybe they're not hiring because they're like families that are working there. Sometimes they're like they don't really want like new people to come in and stuff like that, which is actually true. But I'll talk to you about that soon. Anyways, like sometimes they're like they don't really want the new people to mess with their places and stuff like that because they think that new people don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Anyways, I asked anyway. I liked their vibe and I thought they were chill. So I asked them anyways, and they were like, "Yeah, we're hiring." And then they actually had application, surprisingly. So I filled out the application. I sent it to him, and then like the next day I called him, and then he said, "Yeah, you can come in, work for these hours." It was like a little part-time, and I didn't really get paid. It was like the lowest of the lowest, $4 an hour, but like a lot of tips. It was like over $100 tips and shit like that. So I mean, I guess it was decent if you were young and still living with your parents and stuff like that. So it was decent. But I blew my money up like every week, and I got that shit back. Blew my money up, got that shit back. It was pointless, you know what I mean? Anyways, so time went on. And I started hating the job. I ain't gonna count. First of all, I was the only waitress there. There was like only one waitress that were working there every shift. So first shift would be mine, and I'll be there stocking ice, cleaning tables, making sure the floors are clean, everything is organized, etc., etc. And like I have to make sure that there were menus everywhere, and like the silverwares are wrapped up and ready for the customers to come in, and pretty much have to set everything up. And I didn't mind. It was cool. But the fact that sometimes he would say, "Wake up, you." Like, I'm already awake. What do you want? Just imagine people saying "wake up" once you go through work in the morning. You're woken up out of bed, even though you didn't even want to. And once you get to work, somebody tells you to wake up, like you're not awake. So yeah, that was one pet peeve. And another pet peeve was that sometimes he would make all these racist jokes. I don't really remember what kind of jokes he made, but I look more Asian than black, so he would make all these racist Asian jokes. Like how short we are and how chinky we are. Yeah, it was just so much shit that I didn't even like hearing. So time went on, and I got offensive and I got annoyed or whatever, and I just quit. I quit. I couldn't do it. I didn't even tell him that I quit. I just, one day I decided to just wake up and leave, to be honest. I didn't even have like a uniform or anything, so I didn't really have to, tell them. Oh, this is the thing. When you don't have uniform for that company, you can just leave, like, for real. like without notice or without telling them if you want to leave and if you're in a toxic environment. That's the best thing to do. So you won't really have like as much of a bad record. But no one really gives a fuck about the resume anyways. Yeah, so I left, and I did have bad comments leaving there. My friend told me that I shouldn't have left, and how I have fucked up by leaving, and yeah, there were a lot of bad comments. Especially my mother was like, "Oh wow, I told you you shouldn't have worked somewhere like that, because it's a family business, blah blah blah." You know what I mean? Like, every time I get a job on my own, she would have a lot of shit to say about it. And I mean, I guess because she's a mother and she wants like the best for me, but sometimes it can get aggressive for real. Anyways, like, I left and I felt free. I was like, hooray, you know. And I didn't have a job for a while. Anyways, that's the first job with family business. Whew. I would like to move on to the second one, but it's so recent that I don't know how to start it off. But I will anyways. But I will not say the name. Just like I didn't say the name for the first one, I will not say the name for the second one. It will be anonymous, because a lot of people will take it offensive, and I really have respect for the companies that they both have created. It's not general, you know what I mean? It's personal. So nobody really needs to know that side about the company. If they support the company, I don't care. I don't want to do anything with it anymore. Anyways, let's move on to the second one. So the second one, I found them off social media, and I really like what they were doing for the world and the environment. So, you know, I got into it. I was like, hey, so you guys are hiring at the new restaurant that you guys are opening? And then they messaged me back like 2 days later and was like, yes, we are. And I was like, okay, cool. If there's any applications I can fill out, then I'm up for it. And then, you know, I sent them my email and everything, and they sent me the application and with the interviews and all that. And, you know, they seem like a nice people, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. But sometimes they didn't respond too much. Like, they didn't really, like, respond, like, right away. And it took a while, like, for them to notice everything. So it was like a lot of things were like last minute type shit. So I didn't really like understand too much about the company. You know what I mean? But anyways, so I went to the orientation, and you know they explained that's when they explained about the company. And the next day we were working, and you know it was a fast pace. Like everybody, some people actually were already in the company, so it was like they already knew it, and I was just like, me and the other person was like the only person that didn't really know too much about it. So we were a little bit of an outcast, you know, a little bit of outcast here and then, because sometimes they would talk about us, and sometimes they would say that we're doing this wrong and doing this wrong and shit like that. And pretty much they were almost all family, well, one of them weren't family, but they were connected to the family. It was like they were dating the family type stuff. So they were family. Anyways, so yeah, so everybody knew each other. Everybody knew each other, and they knew each other's stories, and they were always talking. And I didn't really get into the conversation because I didn't want to be nosy about it, and you know, I didn't want to be looked as a nosy girl. So I was like, okay, just do my thing. You know, handling registers and checking the countertops and everything, and yeah, you know, it went smooth until I was ready to snap on somebody that didn't even know me, but would boss me around the whole shift. Imagine that, somebody on your shoulder, just nagging you, 24 fucking 7, like they know you. I was like, excuse me? First of all, you don't know me, so what's your tone there? You know. So yeah, I mean, I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, okay, that's how you do this and that's how you do that, and I was going along with everything, and you know, or just being a little listener, should I say. So yeah, but she was still nag me to the point, like she was trying to test me, like she was trying to she was trying to get on my nerves. You know what I mean? She was pushing it, bro. You know what I mean? It was like, she was here, then she was here, and then here. Like, I was like, what the do you want? I almost said that. I almost said, what the do you want? It was like she was trying to test me, she was trying to test me, bro. And then just that. And I wasn't with it. We started the job on the same day. So I don't know what she thought we was. Or what she thought I was towards her. You better not fucking break my house. I'm not fucking playing. Wanna fight? Anyways, I don't know what she thought was going on with her and who she thought I was or who she thought she was. But she was just bossing me around like 24/7, and she would not stop, bro. Like, all she would say is, did you stop this? Did you stop that? Like, I didn't know what I was doing, bro. Like, did you have a bad day? Like, did somebody hit you on your head? Did somebody throw a rock at you? What's wrong? You know, you can always talk to me. But nah, all she did was just boss me around like I was some kind of pet, bro. And I wasn't comfortable with that shit. But it was getting to the point where I was like, you came in here now, I already want to quit. So yeah, it wasn't really pretty. Like, I thought she was gonna be the only problem for me, but a lot of shit expanded. I ain't gonna count. A lot of shit expanded. A lot of people started coming at me. A lot of people would boss me around. A lot of people would look down on me, talk down on me, talk down on my friends. Just everybody, bro. It's like, because they didn't know me, they would judge me. And it's so funny, like, how they were always talking shit about me, and I would hear it and act like I'm not even listening to what they were saying. Because if they knew that I was listening, wouldn't be pretty, you know. I would say, what y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I stay low-key, act like I was minding my business while I'm, eavesdropping on what the I was listening to about me. They would say that I was taking the order slow, or, one day this girl would even like ask me if I'm slow. Who the ask somebody if they're slow, bro? That's on foul. And that's the reason, like, I started getting frustrated, right? Mind you, I said the first day I went there, the first day I wanted to quit, right? But then I didn't know other job to even get to, or, what kind of income I would have since I'm paying this rent. So, yeah. Those girls weren't the only problem, for real, for real. I really thought they were gonna be the only problem. But the new one came in, right? And they were the family of them too. So of course they would talk shit about me to their family and say that I wasn't doing a good job, or certain stuff that wasn't going right. Or they'll talk aggressive to me when they didn't want to deal with it. They would message them for them to come over to the restaurant so that they can fix the shit that's going on, because I wasn't listening to them or whatever, or they thought I wasn't listening to them or whatever, which they didn't even tell me, and it would just really getting toxic to the point like these just all around just talking about me, behind my back and my front. Behind my back and my front. Why you talking about me, baby? Like, I really didn't understand. And when they talked to me, they would sound passive aggressive as like, one day I just wanted to cry, bro. So instead of doing all that, I just like went on a break and calm down for a little bit and just breathe, because I couldn't deal with it. It was hot. That was nagging me. I was frustrated and I was about to burst out. Like, so instead of screaming and bursting out, I just I took a break. I was like, I'm going on a break, and I took a break. I want to go out. I want to go eat or talk to people around the market or whatever. Then, I eventually had to come back, even though I didn't want to, but I came back anyways so that I could continue the job. And after I came back, they still ain't changed. They still had the same ass attitude. There were no apologizing or anything. Like, none of that. At first, it was like the first day that we met or whatever, they used to apologize. But then time went on, they just kept saying the shit and not apologizing to me. And it was just getting toxic. And that's when I was like, bruh, what the Why am I here? You know? I just feel like I didn't belong there because they would always talk about me. It just felt like the end. Like, it just felt like the end of me being there every day. You know? I'm really trying to cover this up, but man, it's so hard. Like, I'm really trying to cover this up, and what's that called? I'm really trying to cover this story up so that y'all don't know what I'm talking about, or y'all don't know what kind of restaurant I'm talking about, or you know, things like that, because I don't want the company to just be like, or no, I don't want the people to have a bad look through the company, because it's just personal. It's not general, like I said. So yeah, it got toxic, and one day it was semi okay. It was just one day though, but it was semi okay, right? So I left it alone. But not about today. I was like, oh, today was great, you know. Today was great. We had a successful day. So, you know, I was happy and I went back. But next day, people getting attitude with me. People getting attitude with me. Like, they didn't even want me there, etc., etc. Or anytime my friends would like come visit the work or anything, like they would not even like face them because it was my friends, you know what I mean? They would not even face them. They would just be like they would just look away. They shouldn't do that to customers in the first place. Customer is still a customer, you know what I mean? Anyways, they just saw them as just my friend and not a person. It's like they would categorize everyone that came to the store that was my friend. I'm really trying to cover this up, but damn, it's so hard. But it's not, you know. If I just stop the story right here, then it would be great. But there's so much things to say about what I was going through within the company, because it was very toxic to the point that I almost didn't even want to be on earth. Like, you know, if that shit, like, puts you on a mental negative, you know, negative side of the life, and put you on a pedestal through your mental health, like, this really killed you, bro. And it's something that needs to be talked about. And you know, as I went on, like, some people were just like, look at me mug me. It was just so sad, you know. I was so because I was so happy. I was smiling and just greeting everybody. Like, I would always say good morning and goodbye, and they were just always like me mugging. And I mean, they would greet me, like they would say good morning and goodbye and stuff like that, but half of the time they just didn't care if I was there or not. And they would always point out the negative side of what I was doing instead of the positive of it. They would praise me, but it would sound so sarcastic, like, oh, you should have been done that, instead of, you know, congratulating me on things that I have accomplished. You know, even for me to like help out is already enough, I thought, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, if somebody was coming to help me with my business, I'll be so happy, bro. If somebody said, I will ship out all your item and I'll do everything. I'll promote it for free. All you gotta do is pay me this money, which they do sometimes, for real. I'll be happy as hell, bro. Like, I'll really be happy as hell. I'll be like, I don't need, I really don't need y'all to, like, really do anything, for real. I'll pay y'all just to promote my you know? Because it's all love, bro. So it was so weird to, what's that called? It was so weird to just, like, help out the company but not getting the recognition of who I was, or recognition of the work that I was doing, and other people were getting praised more than me, which was so weird, because their attitude did not match, bro. And I don't know if that's the kind of attitude that they wanted through the company, but it was not always positive. It was not sunshine. It was all darkness and cloudy shit. Like, I couldn't do it. It was like I was around all this mad people. And me being a light and being around the dark was like, am I just here? Just to be here, So it wasn't, benefiting me, but my money. And sometimes money don't buy you happiness. Like, money don't buy you happiness. Money can be a great source for you to get what you want in life, but it doesn't always buy you happiness. What buys you happiness is the stability of your mental health. Like, what buys you happiness is peace. Sorry, I had a phone call, but like I was saying, what buys you happiness is peace, being loved, being there, feeling like you're needed, feeling like you're cared for, feeling like you belong in this world. I don't know what else to say. I mean, being positive doesn't just come from the source. Like, being positive comes from people too, and being negative comes from people too. So the fact that people think that you're this way because this is your doing, it's really messed up. Because sometimes it's them, not you. You can be all happy and you can be all positive and you can be all caring, but at the end of the day, if people take it for granted, then you slowly give up. And that shit is real. Like, as much as people say that it's not real, like, it's there. You see a lot of people giving up on a lot of shit because they don't get enough recognition, or what do you call it? Because they don't get enough recognition, or they don't get enough support. Support is more than anything. And mental health come first before like your business, etc. And I'm just saying, because sometimes in a world like this, Everybody want to tell everybody what to do, and we're not free, you know? Therefore, some people get depressed and talk about it on social media or bubble it in and kill themselves. That shit is real. I mean, it's all there. It's just the fact that some people are not like waking up to the fact that mental health is important, and talk passive aggressive to people who have anxiety or depression. It's really messed up, for real. And nobody should live that way. Because, you know, God really put us here for a reason. He didn't put us here just because he wanted to put us here. He put us here because we have purpose in life. And one of his purpose was not to be ordered around. You know what I mean? They didn't put us on here to be ordered around by a bunch of critics. And that's where y'all got it all messed up. Even with jobs and everything, y'all need people, but y'all want to order people around. I don't understand. I mean, job is important, all right? But at the end of the day, y'all gonna lose people because y'all ordering them around, being bossy, not checking up on their mental health, acting like they're a bunch of robots when they're not. You know? So that's the outlook that the world has. That's the outlook that the world has on certain companies, because y'all just order them around and act like they're your kids, which they're not. And it's messed up. So I know this is long, but I've been bottling this up for quite a while. Well, I have talked to people about it, but I didn't really like publicly announce that I had gotten out of those situations that I was in. From businesses that made you feel like you weren't there. Especially family businesses. And it's not even to talk down on them or anything, but the way that they treat their employees like there's somebody different than them, it just messed up, bro. And I have to address the issue that not everybody wants to tolerate that. And if y'all want more people in a company, then y'all gotta stop, manipulating them. Y'all gotta stop being passive aggressive to them. Y'all gotta check their mental health before y'all say something else. See what I did there? Check their mental health before you say something else. And that's the end of it. If anything I said resonate to what you're going through, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. Share with me about your stories, because I would love to hear them, because I know I'm not the only one that's going through a lot of different things in my life. We're all human. We all go through it. Have a blessed day, y'all.